Woof! Hello, everyone. Out of the blue, it's Two Dogs Digs. It's Bad Dog. It's Friday night. What are you doing on a Friday night? If you're not doing anything and you want to join me, well, you'll see this after you've already joined, so it will be anyway. Just thought I'd actually pop on because I'm doing something on a Friday night that's so exciting because it's the kind of thing that normally people want to do Friday nights. It's just it's the excitement of being on a Friday night. Hey, Julie. Hey, Rebecca. So I'm West Coasting, I guess, tonight because now it's all the folks on the West Coast normally have to watch things at 5 o'clock. Marie and Carl. What? So late? Well, it's late for us in the East Coast, but it's not late for the West Coast. It's actually not even, it's 8:30. So I was popping on because I'm actually doing something I thought might be interesting and maybe doing it on, hey, Heather, doing it on live would be an interesting little thing for a Friday night. So thanks for popping in and joining us, or me. Rick is here as well. But what I'm talking about is, if you remember, on our Tuesday Hall Pass, we talked about how you want to think about spending getting time. Yes, it is. I thought we should do sometimes at this hour for you guys out west. You can go to bed, Heather. You don't have to stay out. Make Bob stay up. No, I'm just kidding. If you recall, on Tuesday in our Hall Pass, we were talking about how to make sure you're putting things together without putting too much time into things and trying to find things that are worth a little bit more money. And how what we showed you then was how we did some stuff. I think I put them away already in bulk that we actually sold batches of, and we sold multiples of them. So it was a really quick little thing because we always talk about if you can find something that's not too expensive, but you can find a lot of it, maybe it's worth your while to do. So one of the things I showed you was this baggie lot. And this baggie lot, there were 3 baggies, were of these cards that are right here. And I'm going to see if I can actually do a better image for you on them because I've got my other phone app up here. So this is actually, see if I can show you this instead. So this is my phone right now. So this is on my desk. And these are the cards that I bought. If you recall, we picked these up for $2.99 a bag. Right there. There's me. There's the phone on the phone on the phone. Ooh, isn't that freaky, everyone? Oh, hope I didn't freak Heather out too much. So we're looking at all these, and believe me, this is huge stacks of these things. And so I started about an hour ago going, okay, I got to figure out what to do with all of these stacks of stuff. And the first thing that I did was I thought, well, I'm going to have to, I guess, sort them. And I started realizing that on each of the cards, they had numbers. So these ones said PS on them. These ones said PS on them. This set said ES on them. This set here said ES. This batch over here didn't have any names at all on them. It's so there's all these different, these are SS on this batch. And what they are, they're kind of cute. They're little boats. So they're cards that are made of, they're like a really thick, heavy plastic. I'm going to pull one over here right now. So this is the actual cards. Now, the neat thing is the way that I've got them, and you'll actually see on this, on the card itself, it says ESO right down here. See if I can get this to focus. I'm not sure if I can get that to focus properly. Oh, no. Let's see how to do this. It says that it's card. Oh, that's getting a little too blurry for you. Let's see if I can. Okay, there. ES card 8. Card 1 of 2. And what it is inside this package, there's actually 2 cards that you pull out and you build things with them. So in this case, you're actually building a ship. And so there's the sails, and you punch them all out. Here's something here this is the ship, the Lord Algernon. And it actually, each one of the cards actually says this ship ignores the first hit she takes. And I guess what you have to do is figure out how to put the pieces together. which I'm going to be a little bit clueless on. But the biggest thing for me to figure out is, what am I going to do with these? How do I figure out what these are? It's quite challenging if you've never looked at that kind of thing before. And I haven't. And like, here's this example, like, here's the little ship. And I guess this piece comes out, and this piece comes out, and this piece comes out, and I'm sure somehow this piece maybe sticks in here. I probably should think about what I'm doing, but I don't. I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't know how to build ships. Anyway, this is what you build. There's the mast, and there's the ship. And I guess I still got to figure out what it is. That's kind of it. That's the weird thing. I still got to figure out what the heck I got here, because almost all of them, there's all these batches. So first thing I did, and this is what I did when I was in the store. First of all, for $3.90 or $2.99 a bag, that had like a good stack twice as big as this inside, I thought I'll pick these up for $9. But what I wanted to figure out was what they were. So in the store, in the bottom corner, see if I can get this on the screen for you as well. It's visible for you to see. In the bottom corner, you'll see down here, it says WizKids 2004. So this is what I was looking up, WizKids. And this is what I quickly looked up in the store. That's very true. Give it to a 10-year-old, they'll figure it out. They might be good for that sort of thing as well. But I want to find out if they're good for card games. Because if you are a person, if you know, I mean, obviously Pokemon is one thing, but Magic the Gathering, all these kind of card games, collectible card games are huge. And some of the things that come with this actually don't. This is like crew members. So there's a crew member in here. This is Gaspar Zuan. And you place this crew member face up during setup. It reduces the cost of the other crew. And this is another crew member. So there's something that you're doing with this. It's kind of like Magic. I mean, you're going to be playing these cards down. Plus, there's all these other things. Like this is crew, but it's also coins. It's little coin galleons. So there must be, again, something else. I don't want to learn how to play the game. That's just it. This stack is all crew and coins. The entire thing is crew and coins. But I did separate some of the others. And so I'm going to just take you through what I've done to actually try and figure out what they are. See if I can actually get some of my money back, which I'm pretty sure I was going to be able to. But I'll show you even more so how I can get my money back. So first thing I did was look up WizKids. So number one, you got to learn to make sure you're spelling it the right way. I kept spelling it W-H-I-Z kids. And it is not W-H-I-Z, it's W-I-Z kids. So I Googled it. And I Googled WizKid cards. And so first I Googled WizKids and I got nothing. Then I Googled WizKid in the year 2004 and cards. I will give you a hint. I found out a little bit. It's not a failed one. It's actually a very successful one. I'll show you that in a second. But it was a Kickstarter, actually, I think, back in 2004. And then all of a sudden, look, you see, oh, pirate playing cards, lot of 68. These are on Worth Point. Oh, look, there's more. There's more on Worth Point. There's things. Oh, look, sports card. That's kind of the cards that I've got. So I start thinking, oh, I think I figured out there's some kind of pirate game now. And here you can actually see how some of those models are built when people actually buy them. Look at this. You can see there, that's the actual models. I don't know if I can make that bigger. But there's the models themselves that I couldn't build. So, and again, there's stacks of those things over there. Now, some people, I got to figure out, okay, how do I do this? What am I doing? I don't have any of these island cards or anything along those lines. But I start looking a little further and figure out this is the Pirates of the Spanish Main. Okay, that's what these guys are calling it. So what I've decided, hey, Mary, thanks for popping in. I was actually just talking about you because we were just talking about, I was talking with Julie Kaufman about the Edna mode, which is in the post that I just made today. We just made a post today that was from our one of our things this week, our big thrift haul this week. And so I looked in there, Pirates of the Spanish Main. And so this was in Geek Up, which is under Board Game Geek. And I actually found that it's a real thing. And it's in Board Game Geek. It's assemble a fleet to battle for buried treasure. Oh, sorry. Go back to here. And you go back to here. Did you again? Here, I got to make you a little bit bigger. So this is on Board Game Geek. So it's a really amazing place to look at. And it's 30-minute playing time, alternate names, Pirates of the Ocean's Edge, and it was WizKids. And here's the information. Missed the Kickstarter. So I'm guessing it was a Kickstarter, but here's a lot of the things that there's 1,300 images. And here's the really interesting thing. This is really interesting. Pirates of the Spanish Main is the world's first constructible strategy game. In the Pirates of the Spanish Main, players make fleets of ships to sail to different islands looking for treasure. The booty is obtained in two ways: commanding your salty dogs. Oh, they have dogs, salty dogs, to dig it out of the ground, or sending your opponents to Davy Jones' locker. So, as you can see, this is really, I mean, it looks interesting. Either way, fast and fun. Wannabe Buccaneers, that's their official press release. I'm going to take it down a little bit further to see what this is. Different collector's pieces, ships, crews, treasures. WizKids renamed the entire model Pirates of the Cursed Seas. So that was interesting. And then literally in here, it was expanded by these into all these different things, all these different pirate things. They were also used as that. They won the expansion of the year. They won the best translated game. So this is actually something I'm like, yay! I now know that, in fact, in the community, this is always fun to find. If you ever go to a guest, hello, darling. That's what I should have said when you joined. Hello, darling, a guest. That's Edna mode, in case anybody. No capes. And yes, I do think of Davy Jones and the monkeys at the same time, Emery. And yes, you were right, Heather. 10 and up would understand it. But here's what I love about Board Game Geek. If you find something weird like this, it tells me that the community of Board Game Geek members, 4,700 people own this. And 161 people have it on their wish list, which again means, wow, this is really interesting. So let's do a little more research into this. Let's see where we can go. What's this doing? So I've gone from there. I went straight to, before I go to eBay, I just happened to go to Amazon as one of the things to look at. And I saw, okay, they have Pirates of the Revolution. They have Catan. And then I started seeing all this other stuff that didn't really have much to do with it. I did type in, there's Pirates at WizKids, Pirates of the Revolution booster pack, a booster pack for $176. And of course, you can't see solds on here, right? Pirates at the Ocean Edge. So what I did was I went to eBay. And if I go to eBay, I found a couple of things on here. So let's first pop in here. We'll go to eBay and I will search Pirates of the Spanish Main. So Pirates of the Spanish Main, interestingly here, we have 200 or almost 400 things live. And the game website, Julie, Rick will put it in. It's Board Game Geek. And it should be on the Board Game Geek, should be the list in our research list for the Kennel Club, because it's one of the places we go to all the time. If I missed it, my bad, but I'll make sure I get it on the next update. But it's Board Game Geek. And I'll show you just a quick image of what that looks like. Where'd it go? Board Game Geek is basically, if you got any board game, Board Game Geek will tell you all about it. You can find out about any game, what people think of it, the top games. It's actually a selling place, but we haven't tried selling on it at all either. So hotness in games, you can look up things, crowdfunding games, everything. It's just really neat. It's a great site. They've just done an update to it, actually, because now it's BGG. It used to be a nice big board game. Anyway, so we'll go to Pirates of the Spanish Main, and we'll look here. We have 400 results, and I thought, okay, well, $95, $13. Oh, look, somebody is selling what looks to me like just 6 treasure cards for $20. I'm like, wait a second, that's these things for $20. Somebody's saying like 20. Well, 6 of those for $20. 2 viewed per hour. That also means that there's people looking at it. So that kind of thing. There we go. So I'm gonna go here. Sorry if I scared anybody when I clicked away. I'm back. I was just, I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry about that. So I'm in here, but here's what the most important thing, obviously, when you're looking, you actually go down here too. What we always say, look at our completed, and in the completed, there's 215. I was like, oh, first thing up is, there's one for $1.90. Okay, so out of the 214 that are completed, let's see how many of them are sold. 136. Okay, they're half sold. So now let's just take a quick look and see what are some of the prices on these. And this is where I went, what? Look at this. Unfortunately, I don't have this set, but this complete set of 156 went for $350. $250. If we go to some loot, some flags, if I go down here, ships and terrain, 50 crew, $125. And one of the interesting things I found as I started going through these, it's like people are selling groups of things. So Pirates of the Spanish Main, 14 Davy Jones boosters. But here's a couple that I found. This one here I found when I was just looking. This is a Kersey, the rarest in a wrapper. I do not have this one. I wish I did. Went for $1,200. I do not have this one. But I do have this one, the Bloody Throne. In fact, it's right here. This exact card just sold on eBay in December for $12.50. $12.50 for this card is more than I paid for everything that I got here. In fact, the $12.50, even with fees, will pay for everything else, so that everything else I have is free. So I found that. I was like, yay! I paid for everything, but I still don't want to put way too much time in there. But I just happened to look up something else because I'm trying to figure out what are all these numbers meaning beside things. So I looked up one of these others and take a look at this. This one actually I found just tonight as well. This is the Pirates of the Spanish Main ES001. Which one is that? Well, HMS 001 is the Titan. And there we have the Titan. So there's that exact card. You can see as it looks in there, the person's showing 3 cards because inside this, they're all 3 cards in the little plastic wrap. So brand spanking new, never out of the baggie. And this card has gone for $11.30. And you know what? I have another one. And I have another one. So so I've got right there $22. So now I'm already at $30. So here's what I'm going to do. Is there a scarcity level markings on the cards? The only one that I found, Carl, that actually made me think about that, and this is why I checked this one out first, was this specific card actually said on it. I'll see if I can get my phone to work on it again for you guys. Let me see if I can do this properly so that you can see a clearer image of it. Come on now. So this particular card, I'm trying to now have to switch from left hand to right hand now and try and make this bigger. Is promo card PP375. So that's what I ended up looking up. Promo card. And that's how I found the one that went for $12. Yes, HeroClix. We do sell HeroClix, and they have that. And same with actually Magic the Gathering and some of the Pokemon cards. You can actually, in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can find them based on colors and stars and things like that. There's nothing else I see here about it. So I'm looking at that. But then again, as I said, I have that one here, which, as I mentioned, is the number 1 of the Titan. But what I found is I also have number 2. So that's ES1, ES2, ES3. Here I've got ES1 all the way through ES15. So what I'm going to do, and I think this is the way I think I'm going to try and attack these, is I'm going to attack these in a group to yeah, this is the first time I've actually tried doing something like this with my phone. So sorry if it got a little blurry, but that's how I think I'm going to try and attack them. I'm going to try and test out a couple of different ones first. I'm going to do what I always say, which is I love my auctions. So I'm going to try and start these at auctions at like $9 or something like that. So here's a perfect example of how I'm going to test how things may go. So we know, for example, this card sold for the Titans card sold for $12, right? We just saw it sell right here for $12.50. No, that's that. Where's that one? No, that one. So $11.30. So what I'm going to do is this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3 from the same series. So I'm going to do ES 1, 2, and 3 and put these together. And I'm going to try and start the 3 of these cards at like $25 because it's double the price of what this one is sitting at. So I'm going to try that and go, here's this one that was a single that I told you about, the Bloody Throne. So I'm going to try that at just $10. So I'm going to do 2 lots there. Now, the reason I'm doing this is only 3 lots is because I have this in numerically all the way to 15. So I want to see if somebody's going to pay me $25 first for 1, 2, and 3 before I figure out how I'm going to try and sell 1 through 15. And when I have doubles and triples, I'm going to see if I can put some stuff together, put a couple of multi-lots together. And especially when I get into things like the crew, I'm probably going to see if I have 10 or 11 things. And again, these all have numbers on them, T30, T24, T11. So I got to do a tiny little bit more searching through these and figure out, like, who knows, maybe Admiral Morgan is one of the hardest ones to find. He's EC001. So I wonder if I can look him up right now just to see what is Admiral Morgan. Admiral Morgan. And we will go Admiral Morgan Pirates. Rats. And let's see. Does anybody sell him? Not from the looks of it. Nothing in there. And there we go. There is Admiral Morgan. 1, 2 sold for $7.90. So this guy alone, $7.90. So I'm guessing this is really fun. Yes, actually, I'm going to take a look into WorthPoint as well. And if you are in the craft group, we have a link on WorthPoint. There's no discounts, but we have a link, and we'd appreciate it if you use that if you do want to join that. But this is sort of what I wanted to show you, is just something that we would do and how we're going to try and maximize our dollars. We're not going to put them all on at once. We're going to take this and break it into probably, I think I'm going to try and do like 10 different listings. So I'm going to spend another half an hour or so now, and I'm going to find a couple of other batches to put. I'm going to batch the rest of them together. So I'm going to make sure I got little elastics. I'm going to put all my ESs here and my other set that I made together. So I'm putting like an hour's worth of time into research here. I'll probably put another hour's time into seeing if there's cards like we just found with Admiral Morgan and see what I can do with him. With this, would I ship with tracking? I ship everything with tracking. I will never send any of these letter mail because luckily enough, we have access to a cross-border shipper. We will actually pay, and I'll charge, because I'll also put this in an auction. I will charge $4.50 and have tracked first-class mail. So it's a little flat envelope. We'll put a little piece of cardboard in it so it can't bend. Because if it does bend, what ends up happening is the pieces can pop out too, right? So this is how it's made. It's made out of that plasticky cardboard, like a kind of like a credit card, laminated card. So as you can see, as soon as I do that, You can see the pieces of pop. I don't want someone getting something and telling me that my boat already popped. You know how horrible it is to find out your boat's popped. So that's how we'll probably end up selling them. So again, I just thought I'd pop on and see everybody. It's a Friday night. It's almost midnight in the East Coast, but it's only 9 p.m. in the West Coast. So hopefully you're not in that snowy area as well. I am technically sitting on my fanny watching TV. I might as well do my research. Yes, I was downstairs watching Happy Death Day while I ate my dinner, and then I lost 2 hours of time by watching a silly movie that I've seen twice already. While Rick was up here working on his new computer, he got a new Mac, and he's doing all his little edits to it and everything like that. So he's having fun learning how to do all sorts of fancy things.
32 gigs of RAM.
So that he can actually make our videos look a little bit better. If you look on our website, right, or on the YouTube channel right now, there is a post that just went up, which is our first of a weekly haul. And we're going to try and do those. We might alternate between the pop culture ones. We had a pop culture one that it just didn't edit right, so we have to redo it because that was supposed to post today. But you'll see that we've got a nice little beginning to it. We're getting a little fancier with little sound effects and visual sound effects and visuals, obviously not audibles. So hopefully you'll like that and let us know if there's things that you'd like to see or from that. And if you ever see anything in our thrift hauls that you want, just get a hold of us. Actually, Ed Demode ended up going to Mary because she saw it when we did one of our live thrift hauls. So hopefully your Friday night is going good. I can stay on for another 5 or 10 minutes if people want to chat about anything else. How have you gone thrifting this week? Did you find anything? We went out for the first time this week in 2 months, 2.5 months. It finally opened. Here's my Friday cocktail. I know it's midnight and I'm drinking coffee. I haven't, look at the size of the coffee I'm drinking. But it's that's because we are bonsoir around the files. Ever since COVID, we've actually moved the wrong way. We actually live ourselves on LA time right now. We don't go to bed until 3 or 4 in the morning on the East Coast time. So it's like 12 or 1.
The time change.
When the time change comes this weekend, it'll be like, but we normally stay up quite late. And a number of people can attest to that because I've actually been on Messenger with them at what would be late hours for us, but normal midnight hours for them. That's just sort of we just moved everything. So now we get up later because we don't have to get up to go outside to work. Neither Rick or I have technically jobs anymore. Oh, that's a question about the Sun Rubber thing. It actually, if you do look at that, yeah, they should say on them, the actual name maker of them, the marking should be on there. Otherwise, it's just generic. They still can do good for that. That's actually from a tip video that we just did for the Kennel Club, which is our paid service. So I'm not talking too much about it here, but it was a tip we do in the Kennel Club. So that's our monthly $3.99 a month. And that's where you see some people. If you are here, you're probably one of them, like Anne-Marie or Julie is, and Rick just joined because you have the little icons beside your name. Matt is up working, cleaning on his space. Yeah, because Matt's just below us in Buffalo, so he's at the same time frame as us. Mary says I can call her anytime. We're just always awake. It just seems like we're always awake. And then it's like, well, what do I do now? It's 11 o'clock on a Friday night. I think I'm going to go sort through cards, and I'm not going to build ships. But if I do find out that the ships don't do any good, then I will think about doing them as crafting things, Anne-Marie, as you mentioned, like to people with ships in a bottle and everything like that. But we had a really good thrift week. We actually thrifted 3 times this week. 3 times. Monday, Wednesday, and today. And Carl said he did good this week. Lots of new unboxed stuff. His favorite time-wise. Yes. So we're going to do that. We're actually going to break this out over a number of different hauls. So our first haul went up today. Our second haul, we're working on the edit right now. That'll go up probably next week, hopefully by maybe Wednesday. I've got a haul that I've now taken pieces from Monday and Wednesday that's literally toys only. And I'm going to do that as another one. I was actually debating about Sunday night because normally Jason and his mom Peggy do a show on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock. But Peggy's dad, Big Daddy, just had an operation and Peggy's taking care of him. So there is no Sunday show. I was actually debating about whether I should do a little live thrift haul on Sunday night. I know we only got like 10 or 11 people up here, but if you do watch this later, throw down in the comments. Would you want me to do a little live thrift show for you on Sunday night at, I probably would end up doing it about 7 o'clock Eastern time. So 4 o'clock Western time. But let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. Because again, today, I went to a thrift store today that I actually went to on Monday and Wednesday. I got something at it on Monday. I got a couple of neat things on it on Wednesday. In fact, it's in the thrift haul video you see today. That's where I got my tiki mug on Monday. I got something else there for part of my toy thing that I got on Wednesday. And I went today. I don't even know why, but I just thought I'm going to go because it's really close to my house. I shouldn't have gone. And I ended up spending $45, $55. And one of the things I found today was a set of clear glass Pyrex bowls. Now they're newer, but they're clear glass with blue ribbons and flowers on them. And the set of 3 was $7. So I had to get that. Hey, Joe. Thanks for popping in. And on the Monday, that's where I found the Edna Mode. So there's and then today when I went out, I found the Pyrex bowls. I found a couple other things. In fact, one of the things I found, which is actually interesting, they had no paper. I couldn't wrap anything. I found some glassware that I wanted to buy, and I had to figure out how to wrap it. So I ended up having to buy something to wrap it in. I bought a T-shirt to wrap it in because they told me they had no paper. So I bought a $2.99 T-shirt. I picked up some stuff that I have to test and see if it's uranium glass. I think, Rick, that's what they call it. I picked up an interesting sort of half-pick set of uranium glass. We have to dig out the black light, so we might film that. But yeah, if you want, Matt says yeah, it'd be cool. Julie says yeah, it'll do a show Sunday night. Matt said that would be cool. And Julie has to work 4 to 7 Sunday. She have to watch the repeat. Veranda Files. I found some great free stuff. Yes, and bought a full nesting set of yellow and white Pyrex gooseberry for $35. That's pretty good, especially when you balance it off with the free stuff. That's the amazing part is when you find something free. I still have to build a video next week, if you recall, about my Beatles find, the free scrapbook thing. I still have that to do. But we had to wait for Rick to get his new computer to try and build some of these things so they weren't going live. So, again, Mary's up for it too. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Sunday night. I've got to go through this now and figure out how many crew, how many admirals, Admiral Morgans, how many things I've got in here that are going to be worth my time. I'll give you a count on Sunday, but I think right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This stack is 14 different sets of cards. 14, let's say 15, 60, 70, 80, 90. I probably have close to 200 cards, maybe 150 to 200 cards. So if I can get $10 a card, can you imagine? If I can get $10 a card on 150 cards that I paid $2.99 for, woohoo! I will not be the bowling broke. I will be the rolling dog. No, I won't be that rich, but I could potentially take this and take 150 cards by $10. I could make, oh boy, if I could make $1,000 on this will be one of my, wow, this will be a real wow. So now you know why I was excited about this and why I was like, I got to put all this stuff together. And now you also know why I'm excited and I want to get back to it all right now. But yeah, Rick actually had an iMac that was a little old and it was slowing down. That's coming in 2022 because we're not doing Disneyland without doing the Rose Bowl. And we're not even allowed to cross the border anyway right now. So yeah, 2022, we'll see you there for that. So back to my pirates. Arr! I'm going to have some fun now. Thanks for popping in and joining us here at close to 12 o'clock Eastern time, but from 11:30 to 8:30, well onto prime time in the West Coast. Hopefully you'll find something. And I think if you haven't seen it, the Harry and Meghan interview is being repeated. So you can watch Oprah do the Harry and Meghan interview. So thanks again. We might see you Sunday. We'll see what people say. Leave a comment down below. Thanks again for joining us here on Two Dogs Digs. Time for me to pick my pirates for plundering.